Good, my man. How are you doing this morning?
I'm great.
100%. Thank you for joining us, yeah?
My Gen Z, but it's been a minute.
It's been a while. It's been a hot minute.
Thank
Solly,
you.
it's been a minute.
Yeah.
When I want to say,
No, straight.
hey, thank you for joining us, yeah?
Thank you so much, Mdu.
All
Thank
right.
you so much for having me.
100%. I think let's take it from the top. Introduce what we're talking about today. We're talking about the land service survey, right?
Yes.
What is that?
This is the ministry's way of improving service delivery in the country, especially in land boards, at the ministry, and at the deeds registry. So the idea behind this is to just get people filling up a survey where they'll answer questions, less than 20 questions. Which land service entity did you visit or interact with? We want your age range. How long has the land services request been active? How did you first submit your land services request? A whole lot of questions which we believe will help us have a database where we'll assess all the comments, suggestions, and maybe queries that Botswana have about our services, particularly at the land boards. So the idea behind all this is to just get a database where we'll sit after the 30th of this month. We're left with 3 days now. The countdown is 3 days, so we'll just sit and assess the whole survey and see how we can improve our service delivery. And also some of the questions which we know Botswana usually ask, which services would you like to receive online? We're trying to digitize and get people knowing that we need to be getting services quicker. And quicker is not going to the land board, queuing there for 2 hours, and then, maybe getting disgruntled because you didn't get a service because somebody's not in the office, they're on sick leave and all that. So, yes.
Patlo maikutlo. That's one of my favorite terms ever. Patlo maikutlo.
Yeah, that's actually the most polite way to get people to give you their views.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Yeah,
now, before we get into the nitty-gritties, because I wanted to highlight some of the questions that are in the survey, just so that we can get Botswana behind it. What they can expect as soon as they tap into the survey. My follow-up question is Ministry of Lands and Agriculture. Let's just remind Botswana what a mandate to Ministry of Lands and Agriculture.
Yes, the Ministry of Lands and Agriculture's biggest mandate is to give Botswana land. Kind of the idea behind the land sector. The land body are under the ministry, so the land body service land, and then we talk to the agriculture part where that's basically mandate on one ministry. So this time around we're on the land aspect of the ministry. The service ka lehatshe or mo re reng lehatshe kana ke boswa, le how hilwe lehatshe la ile gore o le hilwe mahala, because Botswana is the maybe the only country in the world hang lehatshe mahala. You don't have to pay for land. You pay for land if you buy it from me, but you can apply ko land boarding bo hiwa lehatshe. Though we know gore ba na di complaints on how they've been applying things 5 years and now they haven't been given plots. This is where the survey comes in to say, how can we improve our services? If in particular you speaking about maybe Tawana Land Board, how did you receive the services in Tawana Land Board? How can they improve their services? What would you think would quicken their processes in either giving out land or doing transfers or anything? So, which is why I was saying the questions basically touch on all the aspects that we know Botswana generally speak about.
Indeed.
How clear was the information provided about the land process? What was the primary service you required? Was it land allocation? Was it change of land use? Was it title deed registration?
Are those some of the questions that are going to be in the survey?
They are in the survey. They are in the survey.
Now, I want us to highlight those questions when we come back from our news bulletin, or rather our news headlines and our sports bulletin. So just hold the fort for me there, right?
Cool.
All right, Rosina Pumape is on standby to give us the news headlines, and we have Solomon Kaku on the other side to give us the sports court. Keep it locked.
Making headlines on RB2 News, a total of 14 artificial insemination camps are currently operational across Botswana, with the exception of the duo of Makalamabidi and Ngojani. And the United States and Iran paused hostilities for a third night on Sunday as they look to give peace talks another chance. Catch the full bulletin at the top of the hour. I am Rosina Pumapi. Good morning.
RB2 News, when you choose to know.
This is RB2 Sports Court with Soli.
The Power Morning Sports Update is brought to you by DSTV Botswana. It's on. Ga gona ka mokgwa o mong.
Alright, very good. We're team expecting so much from them out in Glasgow. Remember, they're out there for the games. It's the Commonwealth, and you'll be looking at Masalela. He has to redeem himself from what happened earlier on, running a very good time, and then that celebration that then costed him his time. So we're looking forward to seeing how he's going to do that together with his with the coach Casta Semenya, and we'll be also looking forward to other athletes. Prince Selepe, a very talented young boy, only 20 now, and he has so much to offer in the track, 200 meters and 200 meters. We believe he is the next, after Bolitsile. So he's the youngest and coming in relatively so we believe there's much more that he can offer as well for him to be performing at that level. Looking at Liepi is the most senior now in terms of accolades that he has, being from the Olympic and all that into that team, most senior now with what he has achieved. So we want to see him do much better at the games. So we'll be keeping a very close eye on him in the 400 meters. But he's not alone. Remember that there's Justice Soratile that will be challenging as well and pushing very hard to get closer to where Liepi they are. And another thing that we'll be looking forward to is the transfer market that is happening here at home. Remember where we are, players are moving, and it's important to mention that this is a crucial time for players. If you're a girlfriend or a partner, you need to be supportive as much as possible, because the decision that the players are going to make, or a parent, man, nako tse ding tsa keredi decisions tsa di player di influence ke bomme bula mai kwa ga Vivanto bua nnete VVT bomme ba influence decision tsa borre go gaisa batsadi gore nna baby ke ba totsa me ka korola
women and kids
are
the most influencers.
So bomme gore nna ke ba totsa me ka korolase nna ke ba to ya ko GU, but asa lebella gone gore the boyfriend ga e go tsena ko GU, ke kganya gore wa go tsameka ko GU wa go apara mebala ga Bro United le bomme ba bangwe ba mmone ko ga Bro United go tena o tshela le re wa ga Bro United me asatseni. So let's be supportive as much as possible because this is a break or make a kind of a deal situation. If you are 30, imagine a players that are 30, they can sign their last big contracts now, and after this next 2-3 years you can't sign a big contract unless you're special, you understand, unless you're a good player, exceptional. Those are the kind of the players that will then move to sign big contracts, but majority of the players at that age they're to settle for less contracts. And you look at Musha, for example, you want to believe that for the top defender that he is, moved to Muchudi Center Chiefs was influenced by what is happening and what is on the table. Mpoka Swani, big contract as well. Big financial impact on his side, and he knows that's why he made that move decision to that side. So advise players and those by Lenhore, they have not yet made it, it's okay to sign with any other club and play for this season and prove yourself so that you attract a big market next transfer window. So we'll be looking into that. There are rumors that Shadikong could be leaving out to Europe, as well as Monty and Nosa going out to Spain.
The Power Morning Sports Update was brought to you by DSTV Botswana. It's on. Ga gona ka mokgwa o mongwe.
We're back again, and here comes more of the hits. This is RB2. RB2. It's what you hearing.
100%. Patlo Maikutlo by the Ministry of Lands and Agriculture is handling a land service survey, and they're here to give us an update. We're joined by the Chief Public Relations Officer, Mr. Thobo Tlhasana, to let us know what can Botswana expect from this survey and the purpose of this survey indeed. Now, Mr. Tlhasana, like you mentioned, Botswana might be the only country in the world where land ownership is pretty much a right to citizens of Botswana, and we've known over the years complaints, even though it's a right, it's a privilege. That privilege also comes with some constraints in terms of service delivery, and it's only natural because it's such a big feat. It's such a big, I don't want to call it a project because it's been going on since the beginning of time, right? So it's a very major service. Batswana Baring, how are the responses thus far to the survey? I think when we get to the questions, we'll get to it at the end of the conversation. But right now, Batswana, as far as you're concerned, are they happy? Are they unhappy? How is service delivery as far as they're concerned?
Generally, the mood is somber. We're getting responses where people are still stating out how land boards are not servicing them sufficiently. Where the queues, the delays, and getting even your because the idea here is anyone who has accessed land related services. Would tell us how they have experienced or their experience at the land boards. Where maybe a lease, a transfer, land allocation, or just the customer service in general. Some have even spoken of corruption, where there'll be bribes, Mogoditsane Land Board being one of them. We've had stories about Mogoditsane Land Board over the years, and those stories still keep cropping up. And that's part of why we are doing this survey, so that we get a holistic idea of the general consensus about land services in the country and how we can improve it.
What could it be? Is it an I'm trying to ask this in the nicest way possible.
Okay.
That is it a systems issue because you're allocating land to the entire population of the country? Is the idea? All 2.5 million Botswana should have land, right? Is the issue servicing 2.5 million people, or is it maybe the attitude at the workplace? This is a privilege and we're doing you a favor. What is it?
It could be both. From the the comments we're getting, people will just say sometimes you meet somebody and you come in with a Range Rover and they feel why should he be given land? Sometimes we just take time to assist people. We believe since it's their right, they should wait a while to be able to benefit from that right. So the idea behind all of this is that we want to curb all that. We want to see how we can improve, and we've also just stated out all the land boards and the sub-land boards. So, for instance, if you were assisted in Tawana land board, you'll give us your experiences about the Tawana land board.
And so it's very specific to where you are.
Yes, it's very specific, and we'll definitely know the database about Tawana land board and how they should improve, or where they're getting it right, because some are praising other land boards for doing maybe for either a quick service delivery, probably where some don't form a quorum in terms of the boards. They'll say the body high form a quorum. Mdu would be on sick off for the whole 2 months. So if Mdu is not there as the land board, as the chairperson, then obviously everything stalls. So
this survey is not only for I'll call us customers, but it's also for the people internally in these land boards.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We're only just digitizing this survey, but obviously there are people who walk in and complain. We see people complaining on Facebook. This is not a new thing. Yeah, we're just saying we now want to collect the database where we would know how to inform or engage different land boards on the services they offer to the general public.
Yes. And can you confidently say that productivity will rise after you get this database?
We hope it will. We pray that it will, and we are very hopeful that it will improve.
And how stakeholder buy-in? Are people taking this survey on both internally, go to land boarding, maybe go to office in Ministry of Lands and Agriculture, and the general public?
There's a high interest. We're happy that people are taking this survey, though we encourage them to keep on pushing their survey. Remember, we're only left with 3 days to close it up. So we want to have at least a bigger number to be able to give us a sufficient database to say, okay, we managed to reach as many Botswana as possible. So this is the general consensus about the services we do offer to them.
And what's your target in terms of a number of people who've taken on the survey?
Our target was 10,000.
And how are we thus far?
I'll have to check. The last time I checked, we were somewhere around 6,000-7,000.
Okay.
Which is why we're saying we need people to continue taking up this survey so that when we close it off in the next 3 days, we're able to assess better and say the numbers do really give a clear picture of the general consensus of Botswana.
100%. The 741 RB2, your station of choice. We're having a conversation with our friends over at the Ministry of Lands and Agriculture. I'm joined by the Chief Public Relations Officer, Mr. Thobo Tlhasana, and we're talking about the Land Service Survey that is currently available online. Now, 3 days are left, and just like Mr. Tlhasana said, Batswana tetla gore ba bue ka dingongorego tsa bone ke patlo maikutlo gongwe ha le batla go boka service ya land board ya lona le ka iralo so that they know where to apply the good stuff and where to wean off the bad stuff in terms of service delivery, so that Botswana as a whole can enjoy this privilege and this right, land ownership. It's a privilege that is only available to us in Botswana, so let's take advantage of it. So if you're a landowner, or you're a prospective landowner, or you're a Motswana, generally, land is your privilege, it is your right. So 3 days are left. We need to take the survey so we can understand service delivery, so we can improve it. We've heard over the years different complaints about the turnaround time, service delivery when it comes to land boards and land allocation. There's an opportunity for you to inform the ministry at the highest level so that they can make a decision to better service you as a Motswana. When we come back, we're going to highlight some of the questions in the surveys just so you understand it and know that you only have 3 days left to take on this survey. Keep it locked.
RB2. Your station of choice. Choice.
Don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Whether you're putting money away for a rainy day or making moves for your shared projects, grow towards your goals together with the FNB MoLA Savings Account. Open today for 500 pula with 3 signatories and add up to 16 members. Enjoy easy account management on the FNB app or dial *130 *321# with 0 account maintenance fees. You can also earn competitive interest rates of up to 3.35% per annum. Grow your savings together with the FNB MoLA Savings Account. Visit your nearest FNB branch. T's and C's apply. Deposits held by First National Bank of Botswana Limited are protected by the Deposit Insurance Scheme of Botswana. FNB, how can we help you?
Fa ke gopola kwa lapeng ke gopola dijo tsa nkoko ke gopola monko wa setšhu se se rokotsang mathe modumo wa dipitsa le tatso e humileng mo dikotleleng tsa rona kwa gae re bontsha lerato ka dijo ke ka mo kuno nngwe le nngwe ke e rekang e le botlhokwa thata gonne ka yona ke fepa batho ba ke ba ratang thata ke tlhopa B-Well mme ke apaya ka canola gonne e humile ka omega 3 ga ena cholesterol ebile e atlanegisiwa ke baitseanape ithekele B-Well gompieno kwa Force sefalana Cash and Carry sefalana Shopper CBW Eureka Spa, Pick and Pay, let's check us.
This is Wake Up Call with Mdu the Party and Pasula, 6 to 9 a.m.
RB2.
Ministry of Lands and Agriculture, idira patlo maikutlo via a land survey. Now, this survey, there's some questions that need to be answered, right? And these questions will help in terms of the ministry giving better service delivery as far as the land boards are concerned, right?
Yes.
I wanted to talk about some of those questions. What questions can Botswana expect in the survey?
Some of the questions would be what would be a reasonable turnaround time for the following transactions. Could it be land allocation? Would it be less than a month? 1 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months.
Not 10 years.
Yes, not 10 years. Valuation, would it be a month? Would it be 6 to 12 months? Change of land use, should it be a month or less than a month? Appeal against the land board decision, should it be a month? Should it be 1 to 3 months? Where in the process do you believe improvements could be made to reduce delays? Should it be the site inspection, the valuation, the approval, the decision making, the payment process? You can also just give us any other that you feel we could improve. In your view, what would most help to speed up land matters? More staff at the office, change of board members, more efficient internal processes, better document management, clear communication, simplified procedures, or any other that you feel we can improve on? So those are some of the questions we we pose out to our
to the general
participants.
Public, right?
Yes.
And then how were the questions formed? Are they informed by the employees who have to deal with those systems and say, okay, we took 2 months to do this because of this and that and that? Is that what informed the questions? Let's 2 months, and you could take 1 month to the participant.
Yes,
okay.
we that formed also part of how the questions were structured, and also just what the customers have been complaining about. Yeah, so it's just to reiterate what they've been saying, but now we also want to have it in the database so that we are able to say, Hamalete, your issues, Tawana, these are your issues, these are your takeaways, this is where you should improve, and this is where you should maintain your service delivery. So that's part of why we're doing all this survey, and we're encouraging everyone, because we're saying every voice counts, and every experience matters, because people have experienced, different experiences with land boards. And if we can open up calls now, I won't even be able to answer some of the questions that will be posed to me, because are frustrated, some have lost hope even on the land board. So this is basically why we're trying to do this.
Are the results going to be publicized?
The result we'll look into that, because we still have to speak to management, share the database with management, and then take it from there and see how we go forward. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, where can we find this survey?
The survey is on Facebook. We share it on Facebook. There's a link that you click into, and you have 2 options: the Setswana option and the English option. And you just go on to the survey afterwards. You just press send or waromela, and then we will access it on the back end.
Okay.
Yes.
So we have internet access as Botswana. Botswana is one of the leading ICTs countries in the world.
Yes.
With the average of, for every person, there's about 2 cell phones per person. So there's no excuse for us not to participate in such a thing, right?
There is no excuse. But even then, you can easily just walk into any land board and also just give them your thoughts on the survey.
Okay,
so in case you can't access the link, yes, you can still go to any land board. And then, because the idea here is also to get them to know the general consensus about Botswana, how Botswana are feeling about a particular land board.
Okay.
So ba khona go tsena hela le bone hela be motho a tla go bua gone gore a batho sa le tleke apply ile ka ngwaga wa gore go tsama ha kae ho improve and service delivery mo di issues ha motho a seo a gona o mongwe o ka re thusang a ha soli a seo gore ya no sports ga setseng. You get it in that sense.
Thank you for bringing that up, because I wanted to say that beyond the survey, what's another way that we can share our thoughts and ideas? Do you recommend that we walk in and speak, or do you recommend that we write a letter? Because I think putting it in black and white, it can go through the proper channels from an officer to management to administrative level. What's your advice?
They will obviously encourage you, even at the land boards, to put it in black and white. Yes, so that's what we encourage people to do, especially if you encounter anything that you need to pen down and tell whoever is at the land boards about your experiences. So we encourage them to put it on paper.
The email they receive you.
The email they receive you, but generally, you know how we are as employees. Yes, I may be on a trip for the whole week, and I'll claim I have left my laptop at work, so I can't access emails if I'm not in the office. But this is also a way of saying, how can we improve our services? Even if I'm not in the office, how can I access information about a particular client who came to the office and complained about a certain, service that we offer as a land board?
100%. If we're doing this online, the survey online, I think we should encourage the land board or say on the internet, the email, so they can access people's complaints, because Francis Town me let's say Nojani exactly. I can't physically go there and make my complaint, or I find it tedious to write a letter, whereas I could just write an email. But before I let you go, perhaps remind Botswana one more time what is happening. Tell them about the deadline, invite them to participate.
Thank you very much, Mdu. We're 3 days away. We kindly encourage everyone to complete the online survey. Remember, This is just to improve service delivery. We also just want everybody to participate in this survey, and that we can see how people really get better service out of our land boards or out of the Ministry of Lands and Agriculture. We just want improvements. We just want to see how services such as land allocation, transfers, leases, and customer service will inform future improvements. We need to just improve. We just want to improve our service delivery to the nation, and this is basically what the survey is about. Every experience matters. Every voice counts.
100%. You heard it from us on RB2, your station of choice. Make sure to head over to the Ministry of Lands and Agriculture Facebook page, where you will find that link to their land services
survey.
Land services survey. It's an online link. Go na le option ya Setswana, go na le option ya Sekgowa. Araba dipotso tseo gore le wena o wa tlhalosetse ka maikutlo a gago gore a o itumetse kana wa ngongorega, whatever may be the case. There's questions that you can answer, and soon they'll be able to publish some sort of result or some sort of change in the system. When can we expect that turnaround time from you after you receive the results? When can we expect to see a change in terms of service delivery?
Now, since the closing date is 3 days away, after assessing all the database, it should inform us. I'll be back here to give feedback and an update.
I like the sound of that. I'm going to hold you to that. Yeah?
Thank you.
The Chief Public Relations Officer at the Ministry of Lands and Agriculture, Mr. Thobo Tlhasana. Thank you for joining us, my man.
Thank you so much.
100%. It's RB2, your station of choice. Keep it locked. We got more music coming your way. If you have any questions, please go ahead and share them on our Facebook page. We were live, so let's have that conversation or continue it there. Good morning.
RB2. Your station of choice. Choice.